All right, so Big B jumped in on this Dr. Jet 2S challenge, right? Well, I think I'm going to do it too. Why not, right? So I just watched Jet's video. He says it's got to be a 2S boat. It can have as many motors as you want, but it's got to run on 2S. So I'm going to run one of the prizes that he mentioned. He said the micro 17-inch MHZ. I've got it right there. So that's going to be the boat that I'm going to attempt to run. The only 2S pack I have, which I'm not sure if it'll carry it, is one that I got from Fred at Adam Everything RC. He gave me these tiny little 1500 2S packs. Now, so my thought process is on this little thing, I've got this. This is an Octora 3-blade. It's a 435. And I've also got this. This is a 935. So completely different characteristics of prop here. I'm going to run this second. Not sure if the ESC will light on fire. It's only a little 40 amp 10 shock ESC in there, but I think that thing's actually pretty strong. So we'll run this first, and if the boat seems to do good and not spin out, we'll throw on the heavier duty prop to see what our time difference is between a 1.4 pitch and a 1.9 pitch. Since we're spinning it slower, it may help it, or it may just overheat the system. Who knows? But this is the boat, MHZ 17-inch hydro. I'm rocking a J&R Marine turn fin. Kobe at J&R Marine sent me that, and he sent me this one here, which is a straight turn fin. But since we're racing around buoys and not running a straight line, it may be a benefit to run that that pack. Now, since these are shorter, and I've got my Velcro, I'm really gonna pay attention to where my CG is. I'm going to try to get it right on the back edge of the turn fin, so hopefully the boat will turn and not slide out. The biggest issue I've always had with this boat is it wants to spin out. Maybe a bigger rudder would help benefit from that. I'm not sure. I can't go up on the strut anymore. It's as high as it can go. It's just, many boats are just as complicated to get right as a big boat. That's just what I've learned. And it's actually more difficult because everything's so compact in there. Once you set it, that's it. Like, I've got my motor in there permanently. There's no way of getting it out, I can't change the motor out without ripping the motor mount out, and I don't want to do that. It's 3450 kV, 2845. So, enough of me talking inside. Let's get outside. Now we're out here. I just walked off the entire pond on this side. It was 62 strides. So you basically multiply 62 times 3. For every solid stride you make, that's 3 feet. Rather than doing, one little step like this, you just do strides. So if the full pond is 180, then I think, right about here, somewhere in there, we'll put one. And then up here where the cattails are, where they start, that'll give me about 25 feet from the shoreline on this side, and about 60 feet on that side, since it'll be the far end. That should get me around about 100 feet between the buoys. Well, guys, this is absolutely fucking hilarious. I just fell in the fucking pond. Absolutely hysterical. I tried riding the kayak down, and I was leaning and I was leaning, and the kayak had water in it. And once the water shifted the weight, there was no balancing it back. Damn it. Okay, so we're out here wet and covered in nastiness. But I got one buoy there, and I got my other buoy right there. You can see it. So, pretty good distance away. There's that marker right there in the grass. See that little hump, that marker? That's what I was using as my 100-foot marker. So we're pretty much in line with that. Cool. I gotta go spray myself off with a garden hose and change my britches. Take another shower after all this. Alright, I'm all cleaned up. New jeans on. There's the battery pack. Tried to make the CG basically right at the back of this point here, but we're good. We got our little radio link. Let's test it. It's good. Let's take it outside. Okay, I'm over here on this side of the pond. Normally I stand right there where my kayak is draining right now, but the sun glare is too bad. If you can see how the sun's hitting that area right over there. So I stood over there for about 5 minutes judging it, but it's just too much. You can't see anything. So I've got my buoy there, pan over, and I've got my buoy right. Can you see it? Yeah, you can kind of see it, but it's orange. So is what it is. We're gonna attempt it one way or another. Okay, I gotta not get any grass on it. Okay, not bad. Try to zoom y'all in. Okay, I'm not really gonna pay attention to the filming. I'll go back through it afterwards. I'm just gonna count laps. We're gonna use, what are we gonna do? We're gonna mark it. Let me go, well, around this. Let's do this. We'll go nice and smooth. All right, start. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. Ooh, damn. Oh, that was so good too, man. Oh, why did I have to hit the buoy? I was swinging so wide and then I was trying to cut it. Ugh, killing me. 7 laps. Ugh. All right, now the goal is, Philip, do not fall in the pond again. What we'll do is when we come back out here, the sun will be just below the trees, and then see how it's all in my face right now? It's just, you're blinded. So I feel more like at home over here on this side. I just feel like I'm in more control, and then I've got the buoys in a straight line to where I can judge distance. When I'm over there, it just doesn't feel right, you know? But I was making do. She's pretty quick on 2S. Very satisfied with that. Now let's go get back in this dreaded kayak and not get wet. All right, well, the boat made it out unscathed. All it did was knock up the turn fin. So we're pretty good. I don't feel any water in the boat, which is actually spectacular too. So let's go ahead, open it up. I know we'll check temps. They may be a little bit less, but if they're hot, they'll still be hot. I'm eager to see what the battery voltage is right now, because the LVC on this 10-shock ESC is set to 3.3, but it's typically under load, so it'll knock off at around 3.7. So I'm curious to see how close to that we had got. I've never done anything like this, to run and try to pull laps. You know, I do some buoys and stuff like that around the big pond, but nothing like this. This is pretty fun. All right, battery's at 98, so we're good. I think the ESC's at 87, and the motor's at 87. So she's running cool. Servo's still locked on solid. Okay, we're gonna take it back inside. We're gonna swap the batteries out and dry it off, and we'll come back here and try again. All right, so see, that was lap 7 laps, 3.84, so there wasn't much left. I may run into LVC if we get to 9 or 10 laps, but it is what it is. It's part of the challenge. It wasn't supposed to be easy. Sun's starting to get behind the trees, so I think in about 10 minutes I'll have good visibility. Wow, look at all the bubbles in the pond. That's crazy. We started up. All right, we are back out here again. Sun's finally behind the trees. Brand new 2S pack in the boat, all taped up. We're gonna run the same prop since we messed up last time. And yeah, didn't have any water in the boat, so I was happy about that. My rudder was a little crooked. I'm not sure. Okay, turn fin looks good. All right, let's do it. Okay, so there's buoy 1, and there's buoy 2, and buoy 1. It's kind of hard to see with all the bubbles and the reflection and all that, but I think we'll be all right. So, like before, I'm just gonna count the laps. Let's see. Yep. Whoa, why is it so aggressively going that direction? All right, we're a little bit better there. All right, let's get it. Okay, got to be the turn fin. Something. Zoe, stop it. It's either that or my CG's different this time. Who knows? Oh, God, look at all that sludge, man. Trying not to fall in. My pond is just nasty. And it may be shit on it. No? Okay, let's do this. Let's push that back a little. Give it some hook. Yeah, see how much my rudder is offset to try to compensate for it? I don't really know what's up there. Probably not gonna get a good run. Trying to just iron out the steering. All right, let's just try to go straight real quick. There we go. Okay, let's get it. 1. Hush. 2. 3. Zoe! 4. 5. 6. Wow, okay, that was a hard rudder pull. That was full turn. Zoe! Full turn again. All right, that's got to be it. Nasty stuff, man. Jesus. Gross. Okay, well, there's just too much going on. I may end up putting my damn phone on a tripod just so I don't have to hold the phone on my controller while I do this, because it's a whole lot going on. All right, that pack definitely got a lot hotter. Let's see if the motor got hotter. Motor's chilling at 92, 95. Get the ESC. ESC's only at 90. Wires, ESC, yeah. So she's fine. Just the battery is what's hot. 120. All right, let's go ahead and pull the battery off. And, okay, we'll check the voltage. I'm going to say 3.7, 3.6 maybe. Yep, 3.69, 3.68. So it'll do 10 laps. It'll do 10 laps. I think when I crashed it, it may have, you know, made everything kind of out of whack. So I really need to pay attention as to where I put my battery placement so I can mimic it, because the first run ran so much better than the second run. The second run, it kept wanting to curve one way or the other. Don't know. It looks like my turn fin may have a little crook in it, and that may have been what was throwing me off. But regardless, I've got a little bit of time left. I really want to try that V-Series prop. Even if I can't make 10 laps, it's still fun trying, you know. I could edit it in to where, you know, hitting a buoy or whatever, I could at least figure out what my time would be, you know, lap per lap. But if you notice, I was making really big laps, you know. I just can't corner that sharp. I think I've got my dual rate set to 56, I think, on turning. 89. Okay, yeah, 89 is where my steering dual rate is. So I can't go any more than that or it just spins out. But other than that, I think it ran pretty good. So I've got that other pack charging. It should be good. I'm going to take it back inside. We're going to throw the other pack in it. We're going to throw the V-Series prop on it. And we're going to see if it'll hang. We swapped to the Octora V935. Look. Wow. That prop is hard to get going, boy. Okay. Let's give this a try. All right, we're going to do lap counts down here. Start. Damn it. Ah. No, this prop ain't working. Okay, well, I went ahead and put the turn fin back where it was. I tried to make it level that go around, but it needs an aggressive like scoop to help keep the head down. All right, I'm gonna try it again. Okay. Wow, it's totally unpredictable with that prop. Severely unpredictable. Yep. Okay. That prop just will not work. It's not providing enough lift for the rear end of the boat. Oh, submarine. That's crazy. I've never run this prop, so I didn't know really what to expect. It maybe need to go deeper, I'm not sure. We should do some fun laps to see if it can even handle it. No, it was already starting to slag. All right, prop's too aggressive. Hey, well now we know. Now we know. It will not spin that prop. That prop wasn't for this boat anyways, but... Okay, well, we'll go ahead and we'll take it out and check the temps real quick. And we'll attempt this again tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Battery temp. Yeah, she's not hot. Motor temp, 80. That prop just ain't it. It just ain't it for this boat. So, we learn. That's how we do it. All right, well, I'm going to post this video. I'll post a failure until I get a success. There's only so many days for the Dr. Jet 2S challenge. And I was unable to get a solid 10 laps. But I'm going to, you know, give my entry for what it was. You know, it is what it is. It's just kind of a fun entry, you know. So, to me, it was kind of like hilarious because I fall in the pond and then you know, dealing with my dog barking. Her bark just hurts my eardrums. And then flipping this thing, it was doing so good. It was doing so good. But if I can get out here at a time where the sun's not right there at that tree line, it's going to be a lot more manageable. A lot more manageable. And then I may put a straight edge on that turn fin to see if it is in fact straight or crooked. Because, I mean, look at the rudder. Look at how much offset I have to have on that rudder to get the boat to run straight. That's ridiculous. Now, it is helpful because the cooling port is on that side, but that is a whole lot of canter on that damn rudder to get the boat to run straight. I got to be scrubbing an enormous amount of speed, you know? So, I don't know. I guess the turn fin's causing pull to go this way, and the rudder's trying to get the boat to correct it to go back this way. I guess it's just drag. There's more drag caused by the turn fin than there is the rudder. So the rudder has to compensate for it. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm going to end it here. H2O out.